Okay, so here's our first example on how to do this. If you look over here, here's your system of equations. Look at this first one that I kind of wrote out, up here. This one has, of course, an exponent of 1. So that's going to be a linear. So that's going to be a line. So what I'm going to do is I want to rearrange this thing so I can graph it easily. All right, so x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. I like it in y equals mx plus b form. The cool thing that I could do here is just add a y to both sides. Check this out. That cancels this, leaving me x plus 1 equals to y. There's your y equals to mx plus b. So let's graph that in red right now. So start that at our intercept, y-intercept right there. Our slope, remember, is rise over run, 1 over 1. So 1 over 1, that looks like about here. And I'm going to use a fancy line here in order to figure this out and to draw it. Because, you know, honestly, I want to be really, really accurate when I'm doing this. So, okay, here we go. There's my fancy line. Looks like it's going to go right through about like that. And I'm going to pick this guy up, make it even look a little bit prettier. Right like, holy smokes, that's really accurate. Look at that. That's beautiful. Right like that. I think that's what I want. Perfect. There's my first line. Now, looking at this guy, we're going to do this one in blue. Check it out. There's my x squared. So you know, in fact, that this is going to be a quadratic. All right. So I'm going to get rid of all of this nonsense here. And I'm going to plot this as a quadratic. So the same thing. Notice that it's a positive y here, so in this case, I'm going to take all of this and move it over to that side and change the signs of it. So that's going to become y equals to minus x squared plus 6x minus 3, and check it out. It's going to be opening down, and I'm going to have an intercept here of minus 3. So I know my intercept is going to go right through there. Boom, boom, boom. But you know what? If you try to PSA factor this, this becomes really, really ugly. Think about it. If you PSA factor, it's going to end up being a PSA 2 because after all, you do have a negative up front. Yuck. That's going to be minus 3. That's going to be 6. Wait, minus times a minus makes it a plus. Well, what two numbers multiply together to give me 3 and add up to 6? I can't think of any other. So you're stuck, right? Wrong. You have to remember one of the things that you could do is you can actually go back and go, okay, minus x squared plus 6x, guess what? Complete the square. Oh no. Oh heavens, no, it's not that bad. Remember, take the negative out, giving you x squared minus 6x. That's minus 3. Half of this becomes magic number. Remember, magic number. Ah. Okay, square it becomes 9. So you subtract the 9, but don't forget the minus 1 that goes all the way out here. So you have to multiply that by minus 1. So it looks like a mess, but I guarantee you it'll clean up right away. So there's the minus still here. This becomes x minus 3 squared. And then this mess becomes minus 3 plus 9, which becomes, of course, oh my goodness, plus 6. Wow. There's your vertex at 3, 6. Now we can plot this thing really, really easily. Okay, so let's go back over here. We'll do it in blue. So we had a vertex, if you remember. Vertex was 3, 6. Let's put that on here. 3, 6, which is right there. You have an intercept that goes right down through there. Now, all you have to do now is just draw this out. Okay, so drawing this out, it's going to look very, very similar to this. It's going to come down here like this and come down through that intersect. I think that's pretty close. And then this way it's going to come down through here. And you're going to notice something that, in fact, it's a good thing we didn't factor this. We could have used, of course, our quadratic formula and found out those roots. But boy, that's really tough. I think doing it this way is a lot easier. So looking at this diagram, what kind of solutions do we have? Look, there's our solution where the line intersects the quadratic. And it looks like I've got that at about 1, 2. And here's another solution out here, which looks like about 4, 5. Those look like my two solutions for this particular system. Now, boy, did that seem like a heck of a lot of work. Well, you know what? It is. That's a lot of work. There's got to be an easier way. Well, in fact, there is. It's called using your calculator. So, if you remember correctly what this equation was, this equation was y equals to, that's right, x plus 1. You remember that this one was y equals to this mess, right? So what I did is I booted up my calculator, boom, and I put both of them in there. And if you put both of them in there, x plus 1 as y1 minus x squared plus 6x minus 3 is your y2, you hit the graph. Check this out. Boom. There they are. All nicely graphed for you. How do you find the answer? Simple. Second, calc. Find me the answers of intersections. Number 5. So look at this. That one is sitting right there. Enter, 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 guess. And look at that. 4, 5, which is exactly what I had right here. Isn't that cool? Now, let's find the other one. Boom. Second, calc. Let's find the other one. Intersect. 5. Mouse it down there. Bing. Enter, enter, enter. And look at that. 1, 2. And let's see. Oh, I did predict correct. 1, 2. That's the problem with doing this graphically on something like this. Your predictions are going to be estimates. I've done this question several times, and I knew kind of in advance what my answers were going to be. But I remember the first time I did this, my answers were a little bit off. Always double check using your calculator, and you can't go wrong.